Hello everyone, I'm AnimusJ. Welcome to another Minecraft video.
And welcome back to JWorld. We are sitting up in the boss's office, and as you can see I have not done any modifications to the chairs, but I've got some big plans for today, for the next couple episodes probably. Actually, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I work really well off of inspiration, and when I'm not feeling inspired, I kind of don't get a lot done. But I'm feeling super inspired for several things right now. The first thing is that I want a bunch of this crying obsidian, like a lot of it, like a lot. And in order to get that much, we're gonna have to do it in trading. And we were already working on a trading system with the piglins, but now I have even a lot more motivation for getting it done. So I did a few things. I went and gathered a couple of materials up. I spent actually quite a bit of time farming obsidian, like a lot, several multiple stacks. I also killed some endermen to get some ender pearls, because I don't have any. We're gonna have to work on an enderman farm eventually, but maybe not right now. And before I ramble on too much, let's go ahead and get to the point. And that is this right here, this map. Look at this. This is the Skylands, and guys, it's beautiful. Like, I like it so much, but there's one major problem with it. Well, okay, technically two, and that would be that the left side and bottom are kind of cut off, which is just unfortunate, but you know, we can expand the map in order to cover that. But if you look at this area right here, it really takes away from what we're doing, and that area right there is actually this right here. So as much as I'm the boss and it's cool to have my own little patio area, I think it's gonna go, because for the map, we gotta do it for the map, you guys. Look at that spot. Now this other smaller patio, like right where the crosshair is, I think maybe that can stay, but I want you guys to give me some input on whether or not that can stay. And then of course we still got to do some more terraining and things in order to make the rest of the circle look nice. But guys, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do that. Now, as we're wandering through the empty, relatively empty Skylands, I think I've decided what I want to do at this place. You can see I started, since I finally found that blue place in the nether where I got all of this wood from before. So I started doing it again over here. And remember this, I was gonna do piglins here, but you can't do that, can you? Anyways, what I think I want this to be is we're gonna replicate the nether forests, because that just came all of a sudden, right? We didn't have a nether that was like that before, and now we do, and maybe that's where the virus came from. And this is gonna be a memorial to all the lives lost from the virus. Yeah, I think that would be really cool. And then here's the other patio that's on the map, right? This little one that I'm standing at. So you guys let me know down in the comments, please, if we should keep this or if we should get rid of it. Now, I'm gathering up some resources, and you can see that this shulker box is full of Skyland materials. And that's because what I want to do is I want to make all of the chain hook down spots look like this. So several episodes ago, we had talked about what to do with these, and this is it. This is it right here, 100%. I love it. We thickened this up, and it looks much stronger and much more sturdy. And then I've got this little bridge thing, and I think it looks great. We could even maybe extend the red line out, but I kind of don't want to do that. I kind of want to just leave it like this. But so I'm going to do this to all four sides. Now the reason the chunk bounds texture pack is on is because in order to trade with piglins, we need gold, right? So we're gonna build a gold farm, and where we're gonna build it, is we're gonna build it down here because it involves nether portals. And so if it involves nether portals, what goes into the nether also has a potential to come in from the nether into the overworld and maybe bring us a virus, right? We had talked about that maybe the experimentations from down here is what caused the virus outbreak in the first place. And so maybe this nether stuff that came out of the nether came through the nether portals from this gold farm. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I'm not saying anything. I can neither confirm nor deny your allegations of a virus coming from this area. And boop, there we go. Look at that. It looks awesome. I love it. I wish it wasn't cut off right here. It's almost perfect. And I thought, oh, you know what? I'll just make a zoomed out map. But no, it did this. How did that even happen? Like, I wasn't even standing in that area when I made the map. Like, for reals, what in the world? Okay, so like, hold up. Let's try this. If I take this one, okay, and we make this one bigger, then what happens? Because that already has, it did the same thing. It moved my map over. And if you look, I'm not even on the map. Like, I'd have to go way over here in order to even get onto this map. So that's busted. That's incredibly annoying. And as a matter of fact, you can just sit there and think, no, get back out of there. Okay, you sit there and you think about what you've done to me, and then you despawn like you deserve. All right, moving on. This looks amazing. Let me know if we should get rid of this patio right here and just make it a clean glass area like this. It would also be cool to add other lines, but I'm kind of not feeling it. I added other trees as well and grass all the way around. Now these are actually still spruce trees and the rest of these are acacia, so that's not final decorations, but that's like make the map look fancy kind of directions. And then I finished all the connections, and I also on this chain, this chain right here was the one that was off by 1 block. It was too low by 1 block, so I actually took the whole thing down and then rebuilt it in the proper location. But now what we're going to be doing is this right here. If I put these down and this down, look at all that obsidian. That's how much I gathered. So I mean, it's not a ton, but you guys, come on, it's a lot. And then a whole bunch of glass. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come down here and we are going to build the gold farm right here. So we're going to have 4 portals set up right here, and then the zombie pigmen, or whatever they're called now, are going to basically drop down into this area and be killed. Now this design is by Navy Nexus, but I'm going to actually modify it. Basically, I'm going to use his portal and redstone stuff design is his way of doing that part, but then we're just going to do our own method of killing them. And then the other thing that I wanted to look at is I wanted to see what does it look like if we do this. Okay, is that could we do that? I mean, obviously we could, right? But do we want to do that all over the place in here in order to light it up better? Because originally I wanted it to be all kind of, you know, dark and spooky. However, it's not rendering well on YouTube, and I can kind of never see when I'm down here. Anytime I do stuff down here, I always have to light it up and then break all the lights again. That gives so much light though, actually. Like, that helps so much. I mean, just look at that area, especially compared to this area, right? So yeah, this is what I wanted the obsidian for, is we could go through and we could put it all over the place beneath the glass in order to kind of give us some better lighting down here. But anyways, I'm going to start building some portals in here, and I contemplated tearing this thing down. I added more chests to it, but it's actually still doing kind of decent. I mean, we might as well leave it, right? I want to do a better one though eventually. And then I don't know if you could see it, but I hooked up the slime farm drops to shoot up to the surface and get collected in a lot more chests, because I only had room for one double chest that was right here, and it was constantly getting overfilled. As you can see here, is we have all of these, all of this that's so much cactus for what we have going on, and then we have all of this. So anyways, as I said, I'm going to start doing the portals, and then I'll give you guys a progress update here in a little bit. So here we are with the progress update, and it's actually a very large progress update because most of it, actually, well, yeah, most of it is done. Really, the only thing we have left is the killing chamber, basically, so long as everything that's up here works. Now, I need to test the redstone. So what I'm testing right now is a ticking system. There's 2 dispensers. And again, check out the link to Navy Nexus's video to see how all of this works. Now, I don't have the water buckets in, but I want to make sure the redstone works. So we should have constant ticking on all 4 sides rather. So we do have it there. We have it there. We have it there, and we have it there. Now if I turn this off and then back on, we should have it on all the sides again. And looks like we have it there, we have it there, we have it there, and we have it there. Okay, so this part is good. All we need to do for this is go to the bottom of the torch tower and hook up basically a pressure plate, I suppose, to stand on. Now this works. I've already tested both of these as far as the redstone goes. However, I have not tested them as far as lighting the portal goes, and that's because I have to turn the fire spread on, which is something I don't like doing. But I also need to put, okay, so this should be an empty bucket here, and then a full bucket there, and then I got to get around to the other sides. Empty bucket there, full bucket there, empty and full, and last one, empty and full. Okay, so this should be all ready to go. Now, I know I need the portals lit prior to turning on the water things, and oops, yeah, that wouldn't work, would it? And I have not actually tested to make sure that the lighting system does work. So if I go into settings and we scroll down to fire spreads and we turn that on. Now this is something I'm gonna have to make a sign to remind myself about. Well, and this one is already done, which is great. So let's go ahead and do this. And then, yep, there we go. Okay, cool, that's good. So both of those work. And we actually already have our first volunteer. So he's gonna just chill right there. You're just gonna chill right there, Teddy. And yeah, we'll get to him in a minute. So then let's get this side now tested out. Let's get these portals lit. Come on, come on, come on. No? Did I do something wrong on this side? It definitely should have lit. It should be able to light so quickly that you can't break it fast enough to like keep it out. So the fact that it has not lit on either of these sides is concerning. Oh, you know what? We need half slabs right here. Boop. Okay. But that, oh yeah, that immediately did that one. Now, what is your, oh, I have a block right here, and that is that problem. And a torch. Okay. So if we just get rid of that, aha, there we go. Okay. Okay, easy fixes, easy fixes. Now then, we need to close up this right here. Yes, all right. Okay, now here's what's gonna happen is the pigmen are going to spawn in, and on, let me think, on this side, which is east, and this side, which is south, they will spawn in on the opposite side, which is why the water canal is where it is. And then on the north and west side right there, they will spawn in on this side, the inside, basically. All right. And then they will flow down. Now I have 3 wide canals here and here, and then I have 2 wides here and here. And that is just in order to, one, get them flowing more quickly. I don't want them bunching up right here when they're getting into the main part. But then at the same time is that it needs to come down to a 2x2 in order to get to a kill chamber that I almost demonstrated the fall damage for. Now I have had another pigman actually come and fall down from here, and he was standing on here, which is 1 block lower than where they'll actually be coming from. He stayed alive, but all I had to do was just give him a little boop on his nose, and he died. So then that probably means that if I let them fall all the way to the ground, they will die, which is not what we actually want, and that's fine because we're going to build the kill chamber a couple blocks up and do a trident killer sort of a thing so that we can apply looting to it. Now everything should be set. I think the last thing we need to do as far as the portals go is to test the water bucket breaking thing. So I've just had 2 come through and they died, and it looks like there's another. Oh no, that's a piston. Oh, creep. Okay. Creeper died in the farm. Anyways, you can see they insta died when they hit the ground. So that means we can build our chamber a little bit up, and we can filter out the gold into a massive amount of chests, because hopefully we're going to have a ton and ton of gold coming through. If I grab a lever real quick though and put it on here and then flip that, we should see the portals. Yes. Perfect. All 4. Yeah, all 4. And we should see pigmen start raining in. And I believe I should be a safe distance all the way down. Oh yes, look at that. Perfect. Now it's going to take a little bit for them to build up in the passages, but look right there. Look at all of those that are coming through. Yeah, there we go. There we go. All right, now they're coming a little bit more steadily because they've built up. Look at this, guys. Look at the gold. Look at it, my precious. Oh, this is awesome. I could just stand here and watch this for like hours. But we do need to build up a killing chamber, and we do need to collect all of this stuff into chests, obviously, so that it doesn't despawn. Ta-da! Here it is. It is, well, okay, we're gonna say that it's done, but maybe not actually. And the reason for that is because that portal and that portal, they're dispensers that are on the outside. They keep spitting the bucket into the portal, the empty bucket. And so what I actually did is I put a redstone lamp, 1 there and then 1 right there. When that lamp is lit, that means that the bucket has been spit out, and I gotta go replace it. Yeah, very, very annoying. I thought it was the redstone, so I changed the redstone around. Since I changed the redstone around, it's been working better, but I think I just did not chunk align it properly. So yeah, that's a little bit frustrating, but let me show you what I've done. So the trident killer is on its own switch, and that's so that I can continue killing them as they're emptying out the water canals because it takes so long. This switch turns on the portals and all of that stuff, but it also comes back here to this Etho hopper clock. Now, what this Etho hopper clock is doing, 1, it's locked in the off position by our switch over there. And then 2 is that every time that it makes a change, what it does is it sends a pulse down to here, which powers on this this block right here. So what happens is it locks out, it turns on this torch basically and locks out our trident killer, right? Turning it off. And then this observer watches this torch. So once this torch inverts, what it does is it turns on this dispenser, which floods the chamber with water. That then washes all the items out and down into here. So you can see those items sitting in there right there. The only way to get the items out is to flood them with that water and push them on. And then what happens is this pulse lengthener will run out. This will return to the state that it's currently in. The observer sees that, turns off the water, basically sucks it back in like it is right now, and then the torch right here depowers, which causes the tridents to start killing again. And the reason that I'm doing that way is because there are so many drops, so very many drops, that I can't possibly keep up with it with hoppers. And if I just leave the water in there permanently to always push the items out, then I end up with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pigmen in there because they don't get the fall damage to be killed right away. So let's go ahead and demonstrate this right now. We'll turn this on, and hopefully those two portals aren't going to break. They're doing good so far. Nope, they've already broken. You see how the water is splashing down like that? That means that it's broken. These two are working, and even at only halfway working, this thing is still crazy awesome. So what I think I'm gonna have to do is I think I'm gonna have to move that portal and that portal in by 1 block so that the redstone is within the same chunk. But then if we turn this on, then what happens is you can see, oh, already we got a flush, okay? So you can see that they're falling, they're dying. Now I stand inside of here, and yes, I have double doors, guys. You know I'm paranoid about these things, but I stand in here, the XP just comes to me, okay? And then these guys are gonna build up a whole bunch of items in there, and then I think we should get a flush here pretty soon. So then what'll happen is you'll see the trident killers will stop. We'll get a flush for like 3-4 seconds maybe. And then the tridents will start going again and the water will stop. So let's see, it should be coming. Yeah, there it is right there. And there they go. And it resumes all on its own. So if I turn this off, these guys are gonna still pour in pretty quickly. And you can see, even with only 2 portals, this does amazingly well. So we keep the killer going to take care of these guys so we don't have a huge buildup of pigmen after we've turned it off. Okay, but we do have one problem. Okay, we have 2 problems. The first problem is I swear it's always nighttime when I come out of this place. It looks like the sun might actually be coming up right now, so we should hopefully be okay. But I have had creeper explosions. Okay, if you look at this, we're doing awesome. Like all of this is from 1 hour of standing there, and you can see there's almost no swords. There's a couple, but it seems that as long as I'm holding my looting sword, we really don't get any swords. As long as I'm holding the looting sword in my hand, we don't seem to get any sword, only nuggets and ingots. But you'll notice there's no ingots really in here, and that is part of our problem. The ingots are not the problem, it's just an issue of sorting. Okay, so it's not doing it right now because we didn't run it long enough. But what happens is because the items come in one big massive blob, basically when they get flushed, there's so many that they go right across this hopper. Oops. And some of them get absorbed, okay, as much as can be. Now I'm going to have to reset this stupid water. As many as can be get absorbed, and then the rest of them sit over top of this where they all get absorbed. And then what ends up happening is entire stacks of things are despawning because this hopper alone is not fast enough to be able to absorb all those items before the time runs out, and more items get added to it all the time. So I do have a solution for that, but we are out of time for today. So that is going to have to take place in the next episode. Thank you so very much for watching, guys. I hope that you enjoyed the episode. I hope that you liked it. If you did, make sure to hit that like button. If you haven't already, then make sure to subscribe. But that's it, guys. I'm AnimusJ, and I'll see you next time.